Hey everyone! So recently we took our first trip as a family. That's in part why I've been slacking on posting any workout videos. TSA went pretty smoothly. They test her formula and the water for her formula. We also decided to check our stroller at the gate to make it easier to move around while we were in the airport, which I'm so glad we did because our flight ended up being delayed another half hour. I don't know if this is a common thing in all airports, but there's a breastfeeding station at the St. Pete airport. Also a water bottle station where you can fill up your water bottle too. Some things we did to prepare for this flight. These earmuffs that we use for church we used for landing and takeoff. They seem to work well for us. When she was awake, we had her drinking out of her bottle for both landing and takeoff to help with the air pressure. But she did great. She slept majority of the flight. So we landed in South Bend, got our rental car, and started heading to my dad's house. I don't know what it is, but there's always something so wholesome about sunrises and sunsets in the Midwest. We spent the night at my dad's. Dad's girlfriend has a grandkid that uses a pack and play, so there's a pack and play in the basement for her to sleep in. While we were there, my aunt was in town for the night, so Callie got to meet her. I also tried to stay consistently active while I was in town, so I would make sure to take baby on walks and exercise. She always seems to love the outdoors. By the time we got back from our 30-minute walk, she was out. So the next day, Callie got to meet Bob. This is the Belgian draft horse I used to show in 4-H. I'm so glad she got to meet him. I would love to get her into horses, but it's just so dang expensive now. Maybe someday in the future, who knows. So after spending one more night at my dad's house and celebrating my mom's birthday, we checked into our hotel at Blue Chip Casino. She absolutely loved this view. I'm not sure what was going on with the ventilation, but some days the lobby would smell like cigarettes and other days it wouldn't. After a day of adventure, we made our way over to the lighthouse over in Washington Park in Michigan City. This is one of our places we'd always go to when we lived here. While I know she won't remember it, we wanted to share this moment with her. After all, this is where her mommy and daddy met when they were riding motorcycles. There were so many memories here. After sunset, we went back to the hotel. Before my mom came back up north, I had her take some things with her, like this travel bassinet. It worked perfectly in the hotel. She had the best view in the house. If you're traveling, you can always ask the hotel if they have pack and plays available. My mom ended up buying a couple of things for her while she was up here, like this bouncer. It was great to keep her busy. We also went to Myers and bought this for when she needed to take showers. Even though I was on vacation, I made sure to stay active. The hotel had a gym, so I made use of it. I was going to film a workout video in here, but it ended up just being clips because there was some times where there'd be other people in here, and then another time where I was watching the baby, and she was being super fussy. But anytime I worked out, I made sure to do at least 15 minutes of cardio, and I was doing it as interval training, so I'd do like 2 minutes of normal pace running, and then I would do a full-on minute of sprinting. I really wanted to go on a beach run, but it just didn't work into the schedule this time. But hey, that's okay, there's always next year. As part of my own workout regimen, I make sure to do 100 crunches and 50 bounce push-ups anytime I exercise. I can only imagine what the security guards were saying in the surveillance rooms watching the cameras. I was able to get a pretty decent workout in. I just utilized whatever equipment was on hand. One thing about living where we lived is that we were about an hour away from Chicago and maybe 15-20 minutes away from Michigan. We met up here in New Buffalo to go meet my dad for lunch at Sunny D's. If you're ever here, try the shrimp tacos. After venturing around New Buffalo for a little bit, we made our way back to Indiana. We stopped by his mom's house and hung out for a bit.
What are you doing?
Blowing raspberries. Callie started blowing raspberries nonstop on this trip. Are you figuring out the mechanics of your hand?
Oh, you got it.
Oh, good job. During our trip, we stopped at Sophia's for breakfast. They have really good food there. Another thing that was kind of cool growing up here is that we lived about an hour and a half away from Chicago, and on a good day, you can see the Chicago skyline. You can see the Willis Tower over there. One thing I was surprised on this trip is that the beach is not packed. And me growing up here, the beach was always packed during the summer. High school kids that stopped too, that was the place to go. I don't know if it had something to do with the recent crime activity over at Washington Park, but this is what we were dealing with the whole week, which isn't bad for us. It was nice not having a crowded beach, but it just made me really curious. One thing I made sure to do with Callie was have her enjoy the grass a little bit. It's hard to do down in Florida with all the fire ants. The grass is different up here too. This was our last full night before we headed back to Florida the next day. I was starting to feel a little sad at this point, but thankful I grew up in a place like this. Gave me a lot of wholesome memories. It's funny, I wanted so badly to get out of this town growing up because there was nothing there, but you know what? I kind of miss it. There's something about that living I kind of miss. Overall, Florida's a better fit for us though. The last day, me and Callie said good morning to Bob and Robin. And before she left my Aunt Connie, she started to army crawl. We returned the rental car and made our way back to our gate. Going through TSA was a breeze this time as well. I made sure to choose a center seat this time because being at the back of the plane was terrible. I felt like I was getting thrown around like a bunch of Yahtzee dice in a cup. I put her earmuffs on her and she was awake this time for takeoff, so I gave her a bottle of water to drink on to help stabilize her ears with the air pressure. After we took off, she fell asleep, so I ended up covering her up with a blanket that we had and to keep it nice and dark for her, and she ended up sleeping all the way until we got home around about 2 o'clock in the morning. Another tip I have for you if you're traveling with a baby is to change the diaper about 30 minutes before you board your plane, so that way they have a fresh clean diaper, and then if you're traveling like say 2 hours like we did, hopefully it should hold up the whole time. I never got the chance to venture to the bathroom to see what that kind of situation is, but a lot of airlines have a drop-down changing table in there for you. I'm not sure if that's the case on Allegiant. We also specifically made sure to get her a seat as well because Allegiant is not known for having big, spacious seating. So I think that was really helpful for our situation as well. If you do get a seat for your little one, you have to make sure that your car seat is FAA approved. There should be a sticker on the side of the car seat. We had a Chico KeyFit 30, which was FAA approved. The flight attendant will check it before you're seated. Oh, also, they can't help you with seating your car seat. You'll have to figure that one out. We had to face her forward because it didn't fit backwards. We basically did it with the seatbelt strapped around the car seat. Anyways, if you like this video, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Coming up this next week, Callie does swim lessons. Take care.